Alright, hey everybody, this is another installment of the Mad Bald Man and his quest to make the perfect crossout vehicle. I had a kind of a walkthrough where I kind of showed off the Boss Hog 3 Nidhog rig that I had made. It was really late at night. I didn't take the time to kind of walk through how I actually built it, so I wanted to do that because I check out a lot of people's build videos. I'm a fan of Mr. G and some of the others. But they don't spend a lot of time actually kind of digging down and showing you how they built out their frame, how they buried their equipment in the frame, and that kind of stuff. And I've learned a lot from kind of watching that kind of thing when it is done. So I thought I would kind of go ahead and do the same thing. Not that my rig is any crazy thing to behold, but you know, every time you watch somebody build something, you learn a little bit more about how they built their stuff. So let's do that. Alright, so first off, kind of build out the frame, build out the wheels. So kind of going back to front, kind of build out your frame of how you're gonna get all that stuff. You can see a couple stickers popped in there. They'll show up later. I forgot to remove those. Pop on the Bigfoot tires. They sit a little bit higher than the large wheels. Interesting point of order. When I first built this thing, I actually had the large wheels in the back, and I had some small shiv wheels up front. The vehicle is virtually uncontrollable with the cabin and engine that I have because the turn rate of the back big wheels was like triple to the turn rate of the front wheels. So it's like the front wheels weren't even there, really. I was just like, everywhere I went I was drifting, and it was really hard to control. So important safety tip, try to match the relative size of your wheels, right? It's okay to have a medium wheel and a small wheel. It's okay to have a Bigfoot wheel and a large wheel. It's probably not okay to have a large wheel and a small wheel. Alright, so anyway, we continue on. So there's what the basic frame looks like. I like to build vehicles that kind of widen out as they go. Everybody has their own theory there. I tend to notice that this helps curtail tip overs. But honestly, if you build your vehicle wide enough and long enough, rollover shouldn't really be an issue. So here we go. Let's start laying on some stuff. Right, that is the Aegis. That is our shield generator. Notice that it is upside down. Press C to raise up the cabin. It's placed in the dead center of the vehicle. It actually might be one block off. But it's got a pretty even dispersion. Alright, so once we got that bad boy in there, we start laying down the cabin. I use the Torero cabin. I like it because it's got a lot of speed and it's got a fair amount of power. And if you pair it with an engine that bumps up the power, you're in a pretty good spot. Plus, it's got 12 points of energy. Alright, we'll roll around to the back. And you can see that now we have the Apollo 4 because we need some power on this thing. There's the engine. I went with the hot red mainly because it has a decent power increase and it doesn't take away any energy. The hardcore engine is the same way, although it's significantly less boosting, and I don't think it gives you any tonnage either. There's our Chameleon Mark II, because I like being invisible and sneaking up on people. Alright, we'll start to kind of build out the back a little bit here. Big old APC roof part, 120 points worth of durability in the back. Of course, your radar detector. Kind of build out the piece that's kind of protecting some of these critical pieces. A little bit of roof. You'll see why I didn't go for a full roof. Those boxes will help protect the Nidhogs that'll sit up in front of it. Kind of add in some plating down around the bottom to protect the Apollo, the engine, and our cloaking device. Throw some hard APC modules along the side because they got a lot of durability and they look cool. Throw on a couple of the aircraft wings because they provide a nice kind of stable base to put the Nidhogs on, and they have a lot of durability because I don't want the Nidhogs getting shot off because that would just suck. Alright, threw a bumper back on up front because I've got a little minor scoop going on up there in that you'll see I have a little bit of a rake because the vehicle kind of slants down towards the front because the Bigfoot tires are slightly bigger. It helps angle that down a little bit, helps pop anybody that's sitting high up so I can get the guns underneath them. Add a couple side panels. I want to say that those are side panels, yeah, doors. Again, kind of building out the box to put one of the Nidhogs in. I want to say that those are yeah, downstream. I was going to say Airstream, but that's a trailer. Here we go. A couple things secured in by some small struts. Those just kind of give a little bit of protection to the side of the Nidhogg, because he is kind of sitting out there all alone up front. Give him a base to sit on. A little bit of protection up front. Get the Festive Avenger in there. And we're going to kind of build out the front part that I was talking about now. And I'll kind of drop down so we can get a better look. Kind of putting some things up here so I can secure the front to it. You can see kind of putting some goodness up there to help, you know, just kind of grab anybody who might be a little bit low. Kind of do some damage to them, pop them up, maybe get them to roll up on this so that the Nidhogs can do some little shunting to them. And then we add in the 3 Nidhogs. And this, ladies and gentlemen, is the Boss Hog II. The first version of the Boss Hog was much less armored. It was kind of a fast, light glass cannon, which works really good until you get hit once, and then you're just watching other people play. So I had to armor it up a little bit more. I had to fix the wheel situation because I was just all over the place. Kind of a byproduct of the rework. You can see our shield generator hanging out down there. Was because now I took the shivs off the front and put the large wheels up. You can see that this lifted back up off the ground a bit. What was happening was the small wheels were so low, and this was just so low to the ground, that the front part of this was snagging on any bumps or whatever, and was lifting the vehicle up, and that's what was, you know, in addition to kind of not having any front wheels to steer with, was making me a target during fights. If you watched kind of the first battle after the rework for version 2, definitely have the control issue fixed, and it's a pretty formidable force on the battlefield. So there it is. This is the Boss Hog version 2. I want to say that if you search Boss Hog, you know, Boss space Hog space capital I, you can find the blueprints out in the exhibition. I am the madbaldman. Why am I mad? Because I'm not playing Crossout right now. So I'm going to go do that. I'm going to leave you to cogitate and create your own designs. Let me know what you think. Until next time, this is the Mad Bald Man saying